Welcome to Realtors Roulette. Join Nichole, Elisha, and John as they uncover untold stories, insider tips, and hidden truths about real estate. Get ready to enjoy this episode coming to you from the beautiful Qu'Appelle Valley in Saskatchewan.
Welcome back to Realtors Roulette. I'm Elisha, and I'm joined today by my amazing co-hosts Nichole and John. And today we're diving into something exciting and a little intense: the current market.
Guys, it's heating up out there. Inventory is low, demand is high, and we're seeing a lot of movement fast.
Yeah, with all this action, there definitely comes some complexity. If you're a buyer or seller in the market, it's essential to understand the tools being used and how to leverage them.
Let's start with Form 917. This is an important one, especially for sellers and listing agents.
So, Form 917, we're going to look at it from two ways today. Form is a seller. What does Form 917 do? And speak a little bit to that. And basically it basically gives buyers a couple days to look at the property. So it doesn't say if you hit the go button on your property today, it's going to stay on the market for 3 days or 5 days before you can accept an offer. So it gives people looking at it a little breathe time. With the hot market, we've had showings booked in 20-minute increments, and somebody's having to make a life-changing decision within that 20 minutes. And we're having some disappointment in that day. So from that side of it, that's on the seller side. And on the buyer side, it's giving you that little extra time, that maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then it's giving you a flexibility of a day, not just the day that it came out on the market, but you can look at it today or tomorrow. But
yeah, so we're just going to kind of talk about the pros and the cons today of using the 917 form and just, educate you guys.
Yeah, so it's just basically an offer presentation direction that the seller would sign, and it creates a more level playing field. There is a downside. When you delay offers, you may create a bidding frenzy, and that can scare some buyers off.
Exactly. You have that buyer that doesn't want to compete in a multiple offering situation. They'd rather walk away than getting caught in a bidding war. So
one way the buyers are staying competitive without overpaying is escalation clauses.
And these clauses, they let a buyer say, okay, I'll beat a competing offer of X dollars up to a cap. It's a great way to be aggressive without throwing an unnecessarily high number or doing the blind bidding that we've been seeing.
Yeah. And basically, it's something that the Real Estate Association has introduced, and it's a strategy. Allows you to stay in the game, but within boundaries.
So there is a risk because obviously you can create a bidding war and the house could go for X amount of dollars and the home still has to appraise out. So if the final end price ends up being much higher than the lender thinks it's worth, then the buyer might have to come up with a difference or the chance that they may walk away.
And we are seeing a lot of cold feet right now. A buyer can get caught up in the competition, then they win the bid, and then they panic. They get a little bit of cold feet setting in after all the dust settles and they are the winners of that bid, and maybe they have a little bit of regret over the number that they bid it up to, and they're getting cold feet.
Yeah, so the day after that, it leads to the cancellation of the deal. Disappointed sellers because they went from having all of this to having nothing, and you got a pile of frustrated agents.
So from the seller side, a canceled deal can be a real setback, especially if you've turned away a lot of strong buyers that now kind of say, okay, everyone wanted it and I wanted it. Now nobody wants it. Now I don't want it.
That's why setting expectations is everything. We make sure our sellers understand not just the offers they're getting, but the likelihood of those offers closing smoothly.
100%. Like it's not always about the highest offer. It's about the strongest offer, the one with the best terms, the right financing, and having that solid buyer.
In today's market, experience matters more than ever. Negotiation isn't just about price. It's about timing, terms, and managing emotions.
So, whether you're using a Form 917, reviewing escalation clauses, or guiding a buyer through a competitive offer, we're constantly strategizing. Every day we're talking about what's happening out there. It's every day's a new day for sure.
And we're not just reacting, we're leading our clients through the process with clarity, calm, and confidence. I know I just had some clients that they didn't want to be looking at houses with 917 forms. They felt really under a lot of pressure, and they said, you know what, we're going to look in a different community where we feel they're not being used as much. And we did, secure an accepted offer. But yeah, some people just are saying, no thanks, I don't want to, because it's working.
It's risk reward.
There's pros and there's cons to it, right? Like certain people aren't wanting to look at houses with it on, and certain people are. It just depends who you are.
Well, and I think a lot of people are associating that 917 with escalated prices. I think that there's, and I've had clients as well this last week that said, if it's got a 917 on it, we aren't going to look at it. But why not look at it? Because, nothing lasts forever. I don't think the market's going to stay this hot for years. We're going to see, 6 months, maybe a year. I don't know, but go have a look.
I've also had clients or agents come at me when I haven't used the 917 because they didn't get the opportunity to show their buyers the house. And they are upset that they weren't able to get access to the house because they got an offer on day one and their clients didn't even have a chance to view it. So it can definitely be both sides of it. So if you're buying or selling right now, make sure you've got an experienced agent in your corner. This isn't the time to wing it.
No, this market is exciting, no doubt. We see it every 3, 4, 5 years. It's not for the faint of heart. Having the right tools and having the right guidance makes all the difference. And like I can say from all three of us, everybody here has 15 plus years of experience, and we've been through the ups and through the downs of that. So it's good to have each other for sure.
Yeah, if you have any questions about navigating through this hot market, we're definitely here to help, whether you're ready to move or you're just kind of throwing it out there and seeing where things are at. We're definitely here, and we're here to help.
Thanks for listening to Realtors Roulette. Follow us for more real-world real estate advice and insight. And if you're ready to have us on your side, reach out. We'd love to walk you through your next steps.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to Authentic Realty's podcast. Follow, review, and share this episode to spread the knowledge. To connect with your favorite local realtors, call 306-695-HOME.